It's week 1 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Giants and the Titans. All that and more coming up next.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the New York Giants and the Tennessee Titans. Joined by Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin with you as always for another NFL season. Exciting to get this thing going once again, CD. And we found ourselves saying this for several seasons now, but the Tennessee Titans and their fans wondering, is this the year? Can they get over the playoff hump? And the long road to those playoffs begins here today against the New York Giants.
If we go back to last season, we certainly think this is a favorable matchup for the Titans, right? Because they were 12-5, the #1 seed in the AFC for the first time since 2008, before being upset at home by Cincinnati, who went on to the Super Bowl. The Giants, well, last year was just abysmal, 4-13, and they've only made the playoffs once since winning it all in 2011. So let's face it, history, right now it's on Tennessee's side, but it's still opening day, and optimism reigns for both teams.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
New York State committed to Daniel Jones for a 4th season, but also made this a decisive year by declining his 5th-year option. 2022 looks like Jones' final chance to prove he can be the franchise face for the Giants, and he does have a cadre of weapons that he'll need to top his career highs of 3,000 yards and 24 touchdowns that he set as a rookie.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it again with Barkley, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And some room to run. There he goes, left side. The 20. Touchdown, Giants. We thought that may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Here come the Titans for their first possession on offense, and leading them out in his 4th season with the team, 10th overall in the NFL, Ryan Tannehill.
There were a few eyebrows raised when Tennessee took Malik Willis in the 3rd round this year, but rest assured, Ryan Tannehill is still the man in Tennessee after leading the Titans to the top seed in the AFC last season. His 12 wins were the most he's posted in 9 seasons as an NFL starter. And he's only the 3rd quarterback to lead the Titans to 3 playoff appearances in the NFL, joining Steve McNair and Warren Moon.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early. And I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
He finds his man complete. That's Phillips. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. While they attend to him, we'll step aside. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Here's Jackson to return. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down, all right? This is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 126 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Up the middle with Barkley. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point try good by Gano, and it's now 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Second down, they go again with Henry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. That's Phillips. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Sliding out of the pocket, and that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete. Let's go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Tannehill throwing again. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 158 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in midseason form here in the opener. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game. On 1st down, Tannehill. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Giants are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a 17-0 lead in tow, they might not be too eager to press the issue here. Looking for Shepard deep, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Miles Sanders, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Austin Eckler, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Taylor Heineke with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And as you can see, they've started the season with a focus on the running game, and it served them well in the openers so far. And meanwhile, for the Titans, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Jones throw taken in by Slayton. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That's now 3 straight plays of over 15 yards and 3 straight first downs. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Lawrence Cager from 6 yards away. And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Gano the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get over to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A first down carry for Henry. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Tannehill. He finds his man complete. That's Phillips. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a throw here, hold in, and the tackle going to be made at the 38. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing again is Tannehill. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball. On 3rd down, Henry. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Giants are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
243 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll go to Barkley again. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for the Giants, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.